Oh, hello, and we would like to welcome one and all to the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena for today's Sunday matinee game against the Rockland Nationals and your Nepean Raiders. Right, so my name is Ramon DeFranco, and we just want to give a big shout out to the entire Rogers TV crew, and we're so happy you can come on. So let's get into our starting goalies of the game. Okay, so Lincoln Mullen. So with the Rockland Nationals, he has 4 of the Nats 5. And John Gudritis on the other end, he's been really great for the Raiders up to this point. He has all 3 of the Raiders wins. So the puck has just dropped, and we are all set to go for this Sunday matinee game against the Nats and the Nepean Raiders. Spencer Thompson goes behind the net, and Gudritis hangs on with 14 seconds in. Okay, so as for our players to watch, so Dylan Ali for the Rockland Nationals, he has 6 goals in 5 games played for the Nats. That ties Maverick Brunette for the team lead in points. Wow, and 6 goals over 5 games? Wow, great start for Dylan Ali. And for the Raiders, Carter Williamson, he has 6 goals in 6 games. So he's one of 2 guys on the Raiders and Nats combined, and they have over goals per game. Nice job for them. Right, so 19:20 left to go in this first period. It is 0-0. Right, so the Rockland Nationals will say hello to a familiar face in Raphael Tellier. Of course, he was part of the Nats Bogart Cup championship run, and that was a really great chance for him early on. Yes. Again, the Nats would like to say hello to Raphael Tellier. He was part of the Nats Bogart Cup championship run last year. Ali for the Nats, and that pass did not quite connect. This one goes up over to Larkin. Larkin shoots, and that one missed wide of the net. This is going to be a great opportunity for Ali again. Ali shoots, save made Gudritis, rebound, they put it home. Right, so a minute 14 seconds into the match. It is Dylan Ali. Yeah, he now has goals over the last 6 games. It's his 7th of the season. Makes it 1-0 Nats. If you see on the replay, great pass by Maverick Brunet. And just like that, Dylan Ali, he was able to finish the job for the Nats. Right, so 1-0 Rockland is your current score. Oh, that's nice in the rebound, and that one whistled wide of the net for Trisha Knoble. That was a great scoring chance, though, to have this game dead even seconds in, but yeah, that just would have tied that game at 1. Vora drops this one to Sadai for the Nats. And that whistles with 18:08 left to go in this first period. Nats have a 1-0 lead, in courtesy of Dylan Ali's goal. It's his 7th goal of the season. And yep, he's off to a really great start up to this young season. Benoit drops this one back to Williamson. Over to Yates now for the Raiders. That one is loose in Rockland territory. This one goes, he'll lead this one for Rowan Cartland now for the Raiders. Williamson back to Rowan Cartland. Yates. And That one goes up over. 17:30 left to go in this first period. Nats have a 1-0 lead. Shots on net are 2-1 for the Nats. Nepean is looking for a quick response. This one goes up over. That one goes into Nat Rockland territory. McKee now for the Raiders. This one goes over to Taylor Laframboise. Drops this one over to Gabriel Giroux. And he's not related to Claude Giroux. That's the current Ottawa Senators forward. Larkin. And he's in battle now with Theo Landry. Turnover. And this is Theo Landry. Drops this one. And that pass didn't quite work. This one goes over to Ryan Kingan. Kingan shoots. And Lincoln got a piece of it with that one. That was Lincoln Moland for the Rockland Nationals. And we are seeing some fresh legs on. This one goes over to Mosias Sedai. And John Gudritis, yeah, he has some decent success against the Rockland Nationals. A race for it. And looks like Sedai beats out on the icing call. Nice move by Tellier with the shot. That is stopped by Malone. Jeez, that just had some trouble written all over for Raphael Tellier for getting his first goal of the season and his first with the Raiders. All his points came from assists. This Wings have a handful of Raiders players that have yet to score a goal. Drops this one to Julian Camp. And that's icing. Right, so 15:32 left to go in this first period, and the shots on net are 2 apiece. It is 1-0 Nats. So Maverick Brunet, who got the assist, will win the face-off. Swan drops over to Lahoulier. He's the only other Nats player who has a goal, over a goal a game. So yeah, the Rockland Nationals must be getting off to a really great start to their title defense. Shoots, and that one just hit the goal post. And doing that was Dylan Ali. He had trouble written all over for him getting his second goal of the game, as well as his 6th of this season. And that one just banked in off of Gudritis and into the net. Okay. So getting the goal is Gabriel Lahoulier. And that's his 6th goal of the season for the 6th game of the season against the Rockland Nationals. It is 2-0 Nats. Let's have a good replay on that one. Lahoulier. I don't know how John Gudritis missed that one, but Lahoulier will get credit for that one, as that one banked in off of Gudritis. It is 2-0 Nats. This one goes over to Yates. Yates shoots. Glove save made by Malone. And he'll hang on to that. Shots on net are 4-3 in favor of Rockland. Raiders will win the face-off. That one misses the net. Didn't miss by much. Benoit. Turn over to Laurent. He's the captain for the Nats. Shoots. And a glove save made by Lincoln Malone. We got some brass bonanza playing in the background. How about that save made by Lincoln Malone? Yes, just flashes the leather. as the Raiders will win the face-off. It's Kvets now for the Nats. He's a native of Westmount, Quebec. Gudritis gets a piece of that one. That one goes up and out of play with 14:09 left to go in this first period. Nats have a 2-0 lead. And there will be a face-off into Gudritis' right. Joshua Penny will win the face-off. Goes over to Philippe Pormelot. Knoble. That's a turnover. Drops this one to Barbeau for the Raiders. Shoots. Save made by Lincoln Malone. Some grade A quality chances for the Raiders. Drops this one to Karsten Barbeau. Knoble waits in. Looking to make a move, see what he does. He gets tied in by Musa Seidai. It's still in Rockland territory. A swing and a miss for Barbeau. Shoots, and this big pad save made by Lincoln Malone. This one goes over to Kellaway. Kellaway with the shot on. Big save made by John Gudritis. And that just prevented a 3-0 lead for the Rockland Nationals. But man, oh man. Oh my. How about that save made by John Gudritis? That was a really great chance by Kellaway. Over to Josh Penny, and Gudritis was able to make that save. Not only that, but Julian Camp was able to save that goal. That one remains in Rockland territory. Spencer Thompson, who scored his first goal of the season against the Hawkesbury Hawks. Drops this one to Noah Leframbois. That pass did not connect. Drops this one over to Rowan Cartland for Cantrell for the Raiders. Good move by Ryan Kingen, and the Raiders wanted a penalty, but no call on that one. Drops this one to Reed Harper, as the Nats will have some fresh legs. Christian Barbeau will just get back up. Mathis Laurent, that's the captain for the Nats. Wheels one over to Maverick Brunette. And there is going to be a penalty coming up to the Raiders. And we do have some pushing and shoving going on. Yeah, and that's something that does draw a crowd. Yeah. And so the Nats will go on the power play for the first time today. Okay, so as for the Rockland Nationals, they are in 4th place in the power play percentage. That is behind the Smiths Falls Bears and the Raiders and the Brockville Braves for the best power play of the game. Oh, I think this is going to be a good chance for the Nats to make this a 3-0 game. We'll see if the Raiders can try to prevent that, as they did early on in the period. This one goes over to Mathis Laurent. Over to Brunet, as the Nats are forced to reset. Gabriel Lehoulier, he has one of 2 Rockland Nationals goals. And the first was Dylan Ali to do so. Lehoulier, nice move, and that one misses the net. That just would have been made it a 3-0 game, and that one on the power play. Not that it matters much, as the Raiders will clear this one to Nats territory. 1:06 left to go in the Rockland power play. Ali is being watched in by Owen Kingan. Joshua Penny, that one missed the net. Drops this one to Noah Leframbois. He's from Mont-Tremblant, Quebec. Leframbois. And Mathis Laurent, he may want to consider getting a shot, but doesn't get so. Vorda. Back to Mathis Laurent. The Nats have time on the power play if things work perfectly for them. And that one goes up and out of play with 10:04 left to go in this first period. Nats have a 2-0 lead. Right. So how about that great chance by Gabriel Lahoulier? And then, man, Gadrias was able to get this pads on it. So 10:04 left to go in the first period. Nats have a 2-0 lead. Drops this back to Noah Leframbois. Back to Mathis Laurent. Turnbull now. Drops this back to Laurent. Turnbull with the shot. That one gets blocked. That will just about do it for the Raiders PK, and that comes up clutch. Right. Great work by the Nepean Raiders penalty killers. That should give them an increase, all things considered. Face-off is won by the Raiders. This one goes over to Spencer Thompson for the Raiders. Nats are off to a 5-0 start, in courtesy of their goaltending tandem. Williamson goes over to Benoit. Back to Williamson with the shot, and that one is stopped by Lincoln Mullen. And Benoit gets knocked down. Later on, we'll talk about the healthy scratches as the game goes. This one goes back over to Reed Harper at the shot. Just would have made that glove save was Gadritis. Williamson. That one will stay in Nats territory, and we'll have some fresh legs out for the Raiders. Drops this one to Tyler Smith. Shoots. That one did not miss by much. Barbeau for the Raiders. Shoots. That one did not miss by very much. Good chance for the Raiders. Shoots, and Tyler Smith misses that net. Smith again for the Raiders. Shoots. Oh, that one deflected just wide. Great opportunity for the Raiders attack. This one goes over to, that one's at Nepean territory. Knoebel, he'll beat out on the offside on the Nats. And there is going to be a penalty call coming up to the Nats. So Gadrias will go to the bench. So this is just going to be a 6-on-5 situation for now. Benoit shoots. That one was, it's still in Rockland territory. The Raiders are forced to get back. And that one is touched up. Okay, so, well, Rockland had a chance on the power play. Now it's Nepean's turn. Right, so let's take a look at that trip. Oh, yes. What? And also, Theo Landry's got to be like, what was he thinking? Right, so that will help get the Raiders on the power play for the first time. It's in, as of today, Nepean has it they're in second place in the power play with 25%. Of course, if you date back to the game against the Hawks and the Ottawa Junior Senators, Nepean's at second place in the power play percentage. Shoots. That one misses the net. So 6:55 left to go in the first period. Nepean's looking to get on the scoreboard. And that one is a glove save made by Lincoln Malone on Luca Benoit. Had some trouble written all over for making it yet another power play goal on this young season for the Raiders. Drops this back to Yates. Missing that pass was Smith. Smith again for the Raiders. Back to Luca Benoit. Benoit to Williamson. To Nick Larkin. Back to Benoit. And as the Raiders will set up here. Williamson shoots, and that one's a save made by Lincoln Mullen. Well, I guess the Raiders are putting on the pressure on the Rockland Nats, as the play has been ruled out on a high stick. Okay, so as the Raiders don't like that one, so 1:02 left to go in this first period. As 1:02 left to go on the power play, you can make that. Nepean is out shooting Rockland 10-6, and they're looking for an answer. Gudritis will leave this one to Spencer Thompson for the Raiders, as Thompson waits. Offside has been waved off. Barbeau now for the Raiders. Drops this one to Knoble. Knoble waits. And that pass just didn't connect. So 25 seconds left to go in the Raiders power play. So Nepean has time if things work perfectly for them. Nice move. Barbeau drops this back to Spencer Thompson. Thompson, he'll wait in. Look, hoping to get set up. Knoble shoots. That one is blocked by Musa Sedai. Tellier with the shot. That one gets blocked. Knoble. Back to Barbeau. Rebound! Save made by Lincoln Mullen off Raphael Tellier. Wow. Just would have been his first of the season, and that against his former team. I cannot believe with my own eyes. Noah Bath for the Raiders. He'll wait to get things set up. Drops this one to Julian Kemp. Kemp. That's a turnover. Good chance for Brendan. That one is blocked. That one, it remains in Rockland territory. Mac McKee drops this one over to Dylan Ali. He has one of two Rockland goals in that first period alone. Noah Laframboise drops this one to Ali. Ali waits. He falls down, but he'll get back up. 3:45 left to go in the first period. Raiders are hoping to get on the scoreboard. Drops this one over to Maverick Brunet. Brunet shoots. That one is stopped by Gudritis. Good move. Whoa, that was almost a dangerous turnover that just would have resulted in a great chance for the Raiders like they did on September 17th. Shoots, save was made by Gudritis. Drops this one to Yates, to Benoit. Benoit shoots! That one misses the net. Just would have been his 6th of the season. Mathis Laurent Over to make that Matthew Itzkovitz. Drops this one to Laurent. On offside, on a delayed offside, the Nats are forced to get back. Laurent drops this one, and that pass didn't connect. Laurent's being watched by Luca Benoit. Giedraitis. He'll leave this one to Barbeau. Barbeau with the shot, and that one didn't miss by much. Saint-Onge waits. And that one goes up and out of play. It has with 2:09 left to go in this first period. Nats have a 2-0 lead. So Tristan Kanobo will take the face-off against Joshua Penny. Okay, and that face-off wasn't done properly. So they'll try again, and they do. Raiders win it. Thompson. Over to Kanobo. Drops this one to Moses Sedoy. Turnover. Nice move from the Raiders, and they score! Well, that was the response that the Raiders needed before the end of this first period. And it is Tristan Kanobo scoring the goal. It is his second goal of the season, and it's 2-1 for the Nats. Oh yes, turnovers often hurt, and this one, the Raiders capitalized on that one. And yes, Kanobo absolutely ripped that puck in behind Lincoln Mullen. Yes, and just like that, the Raiders with a 2-1 lead. That was the response they needed just before the end of this first period. Over to Noah Laframboise. Back over to Taylor Laframboise. Huh. No kidding, they're brothers. Spencer Thompson for the Raiders. Drops this one to Tyler Smith. Or he can make that Rafael Tellier. Thompson. Over to Noah Bath, who scored his first goal of the season against the Hawkesbury Hawks. So yeah, the Raiders, they are 3-3-0. And both of them, two of their wins came on pretty one-sided affairs. 54.5 seconds left to go in this first period. Kanobo with his second tally on the year. Okay, so the Raiders are hoping to draw even in the first period before it comes to a close. Will that happen? I guess time will tell. Williamson drops this back to Nick Larkin. Larkin to Williamson. That one gets blocked. It wasn't ready. Gabriel Giroux. Sit to Benoit. Good move by Guillaume Labre. 25 seconds left to go in this first period. So the Raiders are trying to prevent any scoring chances from the Nats. Williamson. He drops this one all the way to Rockman territory. Not that it matters much. Okay. Not that it matters as the first period will draw to a close. Right. Okay, so at the end of the first period, the Raiders outshoot the Rockland Nats 12-7. Well, although the Raiders trail 2-1 in going into this second period, the Raiders had themselves a very good response. As Tristan Kanobo, he scored on the turnover by Moses Seidai. Yep, and that helps get the Raiders on the scoreboard. Well, as for the Nats, Dylan Ali and Gabriel Lahoulier with the goals for the Nats. All right, so before we get into the first period intermission, we just want to... Oh, okay, so we got lots to talk about when we come back, so don't go anywhere just yet. So as we go into this first period intermission, it is the Rockland Nationals 2 and the Nepean Raiders 1. So don't go anywhere, we got lots to talk about when we come back. Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco. The Ottawa Public Library is hosting the 2025 Ottawa Book Awards on Saturday, November 15th at 7 p.m. Winners will be announced in a public ceremony at the Meridian Theaters at Centerpoint. The awards showcase both English and French works that explore themes of identity, history, family, and societal change. Finalists each receive $1,000, while winners will be awarded $7,500. This event represents an important moment to honor local literary talent and the stories that share. Full details are available at ottawa.ca or by scanning the QR code on screen. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it. Hello, everybody. We would like to welcome you to the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena for this Sunday matinee game against the Nepean Raiders and the Rockland Nationals. Right, so we got lots of highlights for you in this first period. For starters, the Rockland Nationals, they got on the board first when Dylan Ali scored his 6th goal of the season, or he can make that his 7th. Lahoulier, he banked one in off of John Gadreas, which made him his 6th goal of the season. But on the bright side for the Raiders is Tristan Knoble scored his 2nd goal of the season on a Nats turnover, and that's what draw the Raiders back within 1. That was a really great closing into this first period for the Nepean Raiders. In this first period, Nepean is hoping for a response when they tie the game at 2, and they can just slow down the high offensive juggernaut for the Rockland Nationals. Right, so will they do that? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Right, so the Rockland Nationals currently have a 2-1 lead over the Nepean Raiders. So Nepean is looking to tie the game at 2 when the second period begins. And as I've said before, the whole way through, only time will tell if they can do that. Right, so don't go anywhere just yet. We will see you when the second period begins. Okay, so as we get into our healthy scratches, okay, so let's get into that now, I suppose. Okay, so each team has one healthy scratch. All right, so Matthias Uzunadam, he's a healthy scratch for the Rockland Nationals going into the game, and also Mason Rotondo. He is a healthy scratch for the Nepean Raiders. Yeah, that's something I wanted to get into this, I want to talk about in this first period, but all right. So now that that's all out of the way, all right, so both teams will make their way back onto the ice. All right, so the Raiders and the Nats will get a chance to rehash, and they're all good to go for this second period. Okay. Right, so Lincoln Malone and John Gudritis have been nice and tidy in that first period. In this very even game, as I should say. Right, so that one goes into Rockland territory to start off the second period for the Raiders. And that was a really good chance by Lincoln Moland. And just like in the first period, 14 seconds in, we'll have a stoppage. Only it happens in favor of the Nats. So the Rockland Nationals will go ahead and win the face-off for that. It remains in Rockland territory. This one goes over to Yates now for the Raiders. So the Nats goes over to Spencer Thompson. And that one goes... That one, it remains in Rockland territory. And this one, and go a race for it, and Spencer Thompson will go ahead and beat Penny. This one, he'll just goes over to Yates for the Raiders. As we got some fresh legs on either team. Yates, the shot on, that one a pad save made by Lincoln Moland. And yes, it's been 10 minutes since the Nats have even got a shot on net. I guess it has to do with the Raiders trying to slow down Rockland's offense. Viscu. And that one goes into Nepean territory. And that one gets blocked. Goes over to Ali now for the Nats. Drops this one over to Bath. Bath shoots. Save made by Lincoln Moland, and that one goes into the net. Okay, so the Raiders got their wish. And it is Noah Bath with his second goal of the season. And he has tied the game at 2. Wow, that's exactly what it is the Raiders needed going into that second period. And yeah, a minute 53 seconds in, they got it. Let's see. So I think it was Mason St. Onge with a nice feed to Noah Bath. Yes, how about that? I guess that's what they needed moving forward. All right, so Raphael Tellier will assist on that goal. It's his 7th point in 7 games. All of them are assists. Yeah. So yeah, Raphael Tellier with his first point against his former team. That's great. Okay, Knoble drops this back to Kingham. Nice move over to Matthew Vora. Vora with the shot, and that one did not miss by much. This one goes over to Philly Parmelo. Christian Barbeau now for the Raiders. He'll drops this one to Tyler Smith. Barbeau with the shot on. That one is stopped by Lincoln Moland. Knoble waits in. Does he wait? Okay, it looks like Gudritis has beat Matthew Vora to it. Trying to eliminate that scoring chance for him. This one goes over to Theo Landry. Landry with the shot on, save is made. And the rebound goes wide of the net. Swung Smith. Yeah, he's a native of Navan. And he's hoping to play against his hometown team. Not too far from now as Gudritis was able to make the save. How about that? And that one gets cleared. Nice move by Ryan King, and the shot. Save is made by Lincoln Mullen. Wow, how about that one? This one drops this one over to Cantrell. Yes, that was Rowan Cantrell. This one that remains in the PN territory. This shoots, and that one didn't miss by much. And missing that one was Josh Penny. That's the former Renfrew Wolf. This one goes over to Anthony Birchland. 15-15 left to go in this second period. It is 2-2. Shoots. That one gets blocked. Okay. Offside has been waved off. Williamson gets hauled down by Mathis Laudon. Drops this one to Nick Larkin. As the puck battle continues. Drops this one over to Alex Kellaway at the shot. Save made Gudritis. And the rebound. That one misses the net. Wow. That's some quality chances from the Nats. But no, sir. This should be quite a turn of events for the Raiders. This one over to Gabriel Lahulia. Lahulia with the shot. That is blocked by Gudritis. Yes, great turn of events indeed. As this one goes over to Owen Kingan. Shoots, and that was a great goal. Great goal by Maverick Brunet. Okay, and just like that, the Rockland Nationals will retake the lead. Okay. Okay, after the Nats just pouring on the pressure. Okay, and the Nats retake the lead. So that all started with that puck battle against Kellaway and Larkin. Penny with a really great response from the battle along the boards. And oh yes, yes, he was able to finish the job. Doing that was Maverick Brunet. And Gudritis, he'll hang on. He'll hang on with 13:35 left to go in this second period. It is 3-2 Rockland. Well, of course, they're looking to start off the season going 6-0. As the Raiders will win the face-off. This one, he'll go this one to Tellier for the Nat Raiders. Nice move. Spencer Thompson shooting right on. They score! Spencer Thompson with his second goal in as many games. And it is tied at 3-3. Woo! Well, I bet we're going to seeing a high-scoring affair, you know? All right, let's see that replay. Great long lead pass to Raphael Tellier and Spencer Thompson. Wow, he was able to finish the job for you. Yes, and Lincoln Mullen, he had no chance on that one. Okay. All right, so Noah Bath and Raphael Tellier with his their second points of the game, and Gudritis is able to hold that one. Okay, so 12:51 left to go in this second period. It is 3-3. Okay, Sanonge. He'll drop this one to Carter Williamson. And that puck battle continues in the PN territory. He'll drops this one to Yates. Shoots, and a blocker save made by Lincoln Mullen, and the rebound goes wide of the net. Yates. This one goes over to Benoit. Benoit shoots. That one didn't miss by much. Larkin with the shot on, and that one is stopped by Moland. And that's icing. All right, so 12:01 left to go in this second period. Raiders are out shooting the Nats 20-14. Yep, it is 3-3. Yep, Spencer Thompson with the most recent goal. It's his second goal in as many games. And the Raiders will go ahead and win the faceoff. Shoots, and that one is stopped by Lincoln Mullen. As the puck battle continues in the PN territory. So 11:40 left to go in this third period. And this one goes over to Xavier Laurent. Mathis Laurent, my bad. And so the Nats will have some fresh legs on. And offside has been waved off. This one goes over to Knoble on a delayed offside, and the Nats are forced to get back. Grabs this one over to Kirsten Barbeau. That one didn't reach the goalie. Kinghin. And he'll drops this one to Tyler Smith for the Raiders. So 10:40 left to go in the second period, and the Raiders will have complete their fresh legs now. All right, so it's 3-3 is our score. All right, and clearing that one is Connor Pearson. Nice move by Maverick Brunet with a shot, and Gudritis makes the save, denying Maverick Brunet with his second goal of the game. So the Nats will win the face-off. Grabs this one to Nolan Turnbull, and the Raiders, as John Gudritis will glove that one down. 10:11 left to go in the third period. Nats are catching up in the shot department, and the game remains tied at 3. Spencer Thompson. And there is going to be a delay penalty call to the Rockland Nats. Okay, and so the Raiders power play will get back to work. All right, so this is going to be a great chance for the Raiders to get on the power play. So let's see if they can take the lead for the first time today. Only time will tell. Larkin shoots. That one is blocked. Rebound. And this one. So Taylor Laframboise has this one. There is going to be a delay penalty call. All right, so that will put an end to the Raiders' power play. So I guess this is going to be a 4-on-4. Now for the last 1:45, and the Nats will get a chance to get on the power play on their own for the next 15 seconds. As the Nats win the face-off to Noah Laframboise. And this one goes over to Nick Larkin, and he gets tripped up, effectively ending that threat. Mathis Laurent now for the Nats. This one goes over to Josh Penny. Nice move. What a goal by Alex Kellaway. And just like that, with 9:21 left to go in this second period, and the Rockland Nationals have a 4-3 lead. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Josh Penny, that was a great pass to Penny to Kellaway. So Kellaway snipes that one in behind Gudritis. Yes, and just like that, the Nats, for the third time today, have engineered the lead. Larkin shoots. That one goes up and out of play. 9:10 left to go in the second period. Rockland has a 4-3 lead. And the face-off has been won by the Raiders. Up over to Noah Laframboise. Drops this back to Mathis Laurent for the Nats. Laurent, he waits in. Over to Josh Penny now for the Nats. He assisted on the Alex Kellaway goal. And the Raiders won a penalty, but they didn't get that one. Nice move by Tyler Smith. Smith going... Oh, and that one gets hammered down by Mathis Laurent. St. Onge now for the Raiders. Goes over to Raphael Tellier. He has 2 assists on the afternoon. Over to Nick Larkin. Wraps this back to Knoebel. Nice move by Maverick Brunet. Brunet shoots. Save made by John Gudritis. That just would have been 5-3 Nats, and that would have been the second time today that the Nats had a 2-goal lead. Shoots again, and Gudritis again with the flashing the leather on Dylan Ali. Okay, I guess I could take that. Okay, let's take a look on that replay. That was a great chance by Maverick Brunet. Again, and Gudritis was able to make that save earlier on against Brunet. As the Rockland Nationals will win the face-off, and the Nats power play is all over. Shoots. Save was made by Lincoln Mullen against Noah Bath. Bath grabs this one to Daniel Viscu. Viscu waits in. Back to Noah Bath. Bath with the shot, and that one is stopped by Lincoln Mullins. All right, so I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you that this week the NHL kicks off their 2025-26 campaign on October 7th. And also on Thursday, we'll have an Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Montreal Canadiens, as this will be the first day of Joe Bowen's final year of broadcasting the games for the Leafs. What a goal by Spencer Thompson! Whoa! I was going to give a shout out to Joe Bowen. And great goal by Spencer Thompson. Wow. Okay, that's his second goal on the afternoon. And he ties the game at 4. Yeah. Yes, again, great shot by Spencer Thompson. Okay, Spencer Thompson straps this one back, and there is going to be a penalty. It is a slashing minor. Okay, let's see who it's going to go against. Okay, it's going to Rockland. Okay, so this is going to be a great chance for the Raiders to take the lead for the first time today. So Thursday, we'll have a all-Canadian matchup against the Leafs and the Canadiens, which will mark the first day of Joe Bowen's final season of broadcasting games for the Leafs, as well as the Battle of Alberta. So yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to Joe Bowen. And we'd just like to wish him all the best of luck after this season. Larkin drops this one back to Jack Yates. Larkin drops this one back to Benoit. Back to Larkin. Larkin just missed that pass. So Larkin, he'll wait in. Yes, so there is going to be a penalty as a result of the slash. Okay, so this will ensue a 5-on-3 power play for the Raiders. Okay, so this is a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Raiders. So Knoble will win the face-off. Thompson drops this back to Barbeau. Back to Thompson. Over to Barbeau. Barbeau, shot! That one misses wide of the net. Thompson waits. Drops this back to Noah Bath, who has one of 4 Raiders goals for today. Barbeau with the shot, and that one is stopped by Mullen. What a move. And he drops this one to Raphael Tellier. Barbeau waits in. Oh, he tried to bank one in off of Mullen. No, sir. Thompson with the shot on, and that one is gloved down by Lincoln Mullins. Okay, 5:03 left to go in the second period, and it is tied 4-4. And the face-off goes and has been won by the Raiders. Williamson, nice move, shoots, and that one missing wide of the net. Doing that was Nicholas Larkin. So that kill does it for the first half of the Nats penalty kill. Shoots! That one is stopped by Lincoln Moland. So Rockland Nats at their penalty kill is at 95.5%. That is behind the Cornwall Colts. Yep. Smith. And this one goes over to Larkin. Yes, he'll wait. Nice pass over to Yates as he gets hauled down. Yeah, you can make that Williamson. Make that Carter Williamson. 21 seconds left to go on the Raiders' power play. All right, so the face-off is into the left of Lincoln Mullen. Drops this one at Christian Barbeau. Knoble waits. And this one drops over to Cantrell. Oh, Cantrell, the shot on that one misses the net. Cantrell goes over to Thompson. He has 2 goals on the game, and yes, both of them happened in the second period. Yep, Thompson. And they are forced to regroup. Rowan Cantrell. That one goes up out of play with 3:27 left to go in this second period. Raiders are out shooting the Nats 25-21. Okay. 4-4 is our score. As Ryan Kingan will win the face-off for the Raiders. Grabs this one to Taylor Laframboise. Laframboise, the shot, that one goes over top of the net. This one, he'll goes over to Julian Kemp. Shoots, save is made by Lincoln Mullen. My goodness, Noah Laframboise almost banked that one into his own net. Yeah. Goes over to Anthony Birchland. Anthony Birchland, he has he ended up scoring one of the Raiders' barrage of goals against the Hawkesbury Hawks. Turnover, and then that would just eliminate that threat. Yep. Grabs this one. And it is, so at 2:27 left to go in this second period, and the game is all tied up at 4. All right. So let's take a look. Nice pass by Camp up to Mac McKee. That was a great pad save made by Lincoln Mullins. Nick Larkin grabs this one over to Noah Bath. Up over to Viscu. And that one is smothered and held by Lincoln Mullins. 2:11 left to go in the second period, and it's tied at 4. And drops St. Onge now, the shot, and that one is a blocker save made by Lincoln Mullins. So 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Yep, we got lots to talk about in this second period intermission. And that one high pass was Nick Larkin. Larkin. And that one remains in Rockland territory. Yates. Waits in. So 1:40 left to go in this second period. Grabs this one to Itzkovitz. Stopped by Gudritis. Yeah, he has been brilliant for the Raiders. Nice move. Go Luca Benoit, the shot on. Save was made by Lincoln Mullen. Off Benoit, who had a 2-on-1 chance. This one goes over to Penny. And this one. That one goes in behind the net. 1:06 left to go in this second period. 4-4 is our score. Nolan Turnbull. And that one, it's pickpocketed by Yates. And Williamson losing a stick. Not that it matters much. As that continues in Nepean territory. Nepean wanted a tripping minor like they did before. No call there. 33 seconds left to go in this second period. 4-4 is our score. Nice move. And there is going to be a delayed penalty call. And that's going to the Raiders. That is an interference call. Okay, so the Raiders PK has been very good in today's game. And we'll have another chance to operate here. Hey, Susan. Just wanted to say thank you so much. Good. So there's going to be a face-off to Gudritis' left, and the Raiders, they'll get to work on the penalty kill here, folks. Okay. 17 seconds left to go. Gudritis' shot is blocked. All right, so Nick Larkin, as he knocks down Maverick Brunet. Brunet shoots, save me, rebound, they score just before the period ends. Yes, and it is Alex Kellaway with his second goal of the period and that of the game. Right, so the Nats have a 5-4 lead, and that one comes on the power play. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look how that started. Brunet wraps this one over to Kellaway. Okay, and he was able to capitalize on that one for his second goal of the game. Okay, so the second period is all over. So Rockland has a 5-4 lead over the Raiders, and that one coming just before the period ends. Okay, so before we get into our second period intermission here, I have a lot to talk to you about. Okay, so the Raiders. Okay, just bear with me here, folks. Bear with me. Okay, so Noah Bath with his second of the year, assisted from Raphael Tellier and Mason St. Onge. That's the former Cornwall Colts, right? And Maverick Brunet responds with his fourth of the year, assist from Dylan Ali and Musa Saidai. Okay, and Spencer Thompson with his fourth of the year, assisted from Tellier and Bath. Okay, and Alex Kellaway with his fifth goal on the year. Okay, assisted from Josh Penny and Mathis Laurent. Once again, the Raiders, they came firing on all cylinders here with Spencer Thompson with his fifth of the year, assist from Rowan Cantrell and Raphael Tellier with his third point of the game. Okay, all right, and just before the period ends, Alex Kellaway with his second goal of the game, and his sixth of the season overall, and that one coming on the power play, assisted from Brunet and Josh Penny. Okay, so now we'll just about do it for this second period intermission. When we come back on, we'll have our call for the third period. Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco. Discover creativity at the 15th Annual Fine Arts Show and Sale by the Artists of Stonebridge. It's happening October 18th and 19th at Longfield's Davidson Heights Secondary School in Barrhaven. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., explore a vibrant mix of original paintings, photography, and sculpture by local artists. Take part in a silent auction benefiting local charities. Enter the door prize draw for a chance to win. It's the perfect outing to celebrate community, talent, and creativity in Ottawa's thriving arts scene. Parking is free. For more information, visit artistsofstonebridge.com. To have your community events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it. All right, so we would like to welcome everybody back to Nepean Sportsplex, Steve Eiserman Arena, where today's game features the Rockland Nationals and the Nepean Raiders. My name is Ramon DeFranco, and we are so happy you can come on in. So we got lots of goals in this second period. Wow. So the scoring in that second period, wow, it all started when Noah Bath with his second on the year, assisted from Maverick Brunet. He scored 5 minutes after the goal, and then Spencer Thompson with his fourth of the year, but that bump, well, it won't last, as Alex Kellaway, he ended up scoring his fifth of the year, sniping one on Gadritis. Spencer Thompson, he ended up scoring his fifth tally on the season, and that his second of the game. Well, and not only that, but the Nats even had they even score on the power play just before the period ends. That one comes from Alex Kellaway with his 6th goal of the season and his second tally of the game. Right, so we are in the third and final period of the game. Right, so Nats have a 5-4 lead. Okay. So the Raiders are hoping for a response. A huge response. A huge response going into this third period. Well, they have rallied back from here. They've used heroics many times over the past several years. And let's see if that can happen here. Well, only time will tell if they can do that. All right, so that one remains in Rockland territory to start off this third period. Well, unlike the past two periods, you don't get an early stoppage. That one remains in Nepean territory. That one goes up over to Gabriel Jaloux. Thompson, he has 2 goals on the game. This one. So that one will remain in Rockland territory. Drops this one back to Gabriel Jaloux. So 19:04 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 5-4 lead. And this one, that's an delayed offside, which forces the Raiders to get back in. So that will be on an offside. Right, so the Raiders will go ahead and take the face-off as Daniel Viscu will win it. He's going to be 20 on the 31st, which is when the Raiders will play against the Brockville Braves. Well, the Raiders have themselves a long list of games in October. All right, so that one goes into the stands. Right, so 29-23 are the shots on net. It is 5-4 Rockland as we speak. Right, and the face-off is won by the Raiders. And this one goes over to Williamson. Back over to Yates. Back over to St. Ange. He assisted on one of the Raiders' goals, as we spoken before. St. Onge. Back to Benoit. That one, that's blocked. And this is a good chance for the Nats. And that rush does not connect. So goes over to Dylan Ali. Drops this one back to Maverick Brunet. Over to Luca Benoit for the Raiders. So as the Raiders are forced to get back. So offside has been waved off. Larkin drops this back to Carter Williamson now for the Raiders. Back to Yates. Oh, and that one, he goes tumbling into the boards. Drops this one over to Colin Kingan. Turnover. Good chance for the Nats, and that one just didn't connect. So that one goes into Rockland territory. All right, so goes over to Julian Kemp. Turnover. This one goes over to Noah Laframboise. This one. And that one is tied in. This one goes over to Noah Laframboise. Shoots, and save is made by John Gudritis. Right, and he hangs on with 23 left to go in this third period. All right. All right, so how about that great save made by Gudritis? And yeah, he tried to finish that one. That is Guillaume Labra, but he didn't really finish that one. So, yeah. This one goes over to Rowan Cantrell. He assisted on the Spencer Thompson goal. Cantrell. And this one. And drops this one to Mathis Laurent. So an offside has been okay. So the Nats go in offside and they don't like the call. All right, so the Raiders will go ahead and win the face-off. Okay, so Cantrell, turnover. This is a chance for Kellaway for the hat trick, and he scores. That's the hat trick for Alex Kellaway. Yes, that's his third of the game, and he can make that 6-4 for the Rockland Nationals. How about that on the replay? Yes, so Carson Barbo, he was trying to chase him, but then not that it matters much. Alex Kellaway with his third of the game. Yes, it makes it 6-4 Nats, and well, like I said, should the end of the game come, they'll improve to 6-0 on the year. Yeah, they're just picking right where they left off from last year. Noah Bath shoots. That one did not miss by much. This one goes over to Joshua Penny, and that's an offside. All right, and the face-off has been won by the Raiders. And this one goes over to Carter Williamson. Williamson waits in. That one gets blocked. Shoots. That one gets blocked by Gudritis. Rebound. That one missed the net. ROCvNEP. That one gets blocked. This one goes over to Gudritis. Back over to St. Ange. Back to Williamson for the Raiders. Okay. 14:27 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 6-4 lead. Camp with the swipe at it. Goes back to Ali. Dylan Ali waits. Slowly moves into Mathis Laurent. And Laurent, he wanted a penalty but didn't get one here. This one goes to Maverick Brunet. A high pass was Mathis Laurent. Goes over to Ali for the Nats. That one remains in the PN territory to Mathis Laurent with the shot, and that one missed the net, but Gudritis may have gotten a piece of that one. Gotten a piece of that one with his glove. Rebound! And that just would have had a great opportunity for the Nats to put this one away. This one goes over to Maverick Brunet. Okay, and this one over to Tyler Smith. And that one didn't, that pass just didn't connect. Goes over to Guillaume Labra. Goes over to Cantrell for the Raiders. Barbeau to Spencer Thompson. He would like to complete the hat trick on his own, but scoring as a defenseman, that's tough. Goes over to Mosedas Sudai. Goes over to Gudritis. And that one misses, goes wide of the net. This one goes over to Kirsten Barbeau. As the Raiders wait in. 12:17 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 6-4 advantage. And this one goes over. So slowly moving in was Noah Leframbois. Goes over to Joshua Penny, the former Renfrew Wolf. Penny drops over to Reed Harper. As this one goes over to Noah Leframbois. 11:35 left to go in the third period. Raiders are out shooting Rockland 29-26, and they still trail in the game. Hoping for a quick response. Shoots, save made, Gudritis. Penny shoots, save made, rebound, score! It is Matthew ROCvNEP. Matthew ROCvNEP putting the Rockland Nationals ahead 7-4 with 11:16 left to go in this third period, and that should pretty much seal the deal for the Nats. And it is 7-4 Rockland. Let's take a look on that replay. So Penny, Gudritis was able to make the save off Josh Penny, but Matthew ROCvNEP was able to hammer home the rebounds. Yep. So that is Rockland's 7th goal of the game. And as we speak, Matthew ROCvNEP with his 3rd goal of the year. So timeout will be taken. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if the teams are all good to go, and they will. And the face-off has been won by the Raiders. Yates. Shoots. That one is stopped by Lincoln Mullins. This one goes over to Williamson now for the Raiders. A hard scrum into the boards. So the puck battle is free now. Julian Kemp, as he's being tied in by Taylor Laframboise. This one goes over to Luca Benoit. So both teams are having some fresh legs on. This one, he goes over to Theo Landry. Landry with the shot, and that one is held by Gudritis. And he'll hang on with 10-14 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 7-4 lead. And should they hold on, they could improve to 6-0. Rockland will win the face-off. And that one goes over top of the net. If the Nats, like I said, they're just picking right where they left off from last year. Thompson. And that one goes into Rockland territory. And this one goes over to Barman. Barbeau. Right, so Spencer Thompson will speed up the range. So Kirsten Barbeau goes over to Tyler Smith now for the Raiders. That one goes in offside. Right, so both teams will get some fresh legs on. And this one goes up over to... Oh yeah. Sorry about that with the pause. So 9:11 left to go in the third period. Nats are out shooting the Raiders 30-29. They have a 7-4 lead. So Guillaume Labra will take the face-off, and the Raiders will win it. And this one goes over to Reed Harper, and that one goes wide of the net. And this one over to Noah Laframboise. So 8:53 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 7-4 advantage. St. Onge, it's a race forward, and Williamson is able to keep that in Raiders Nats territory. Thompson drops this one up over to Anthony Bertrand. All right, so 8:22 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 7-4 lead. This one goes over to Thompson. He'll wade in as Josh Penny is watching on him. So Noah Bath for the Raiders. Bath, nice pass. And he'll force him to go back as Raphael Tellier, and that one is stopped by Mullen. And this one goes over to Itzkovitz. He scored the most recent Nats goal. Over to Bath. Turnover by the Nats, which they will have to add themselves. Shoots, and that one goes over top of the net. Goes over to Tyler Smith. And that one is stopped by Laurent. Goes over to Colnabel. He scored his second goal of the game. Larkin with the shot on. That one goes off the glove of Lincoln Mullins. So there'll be no icing as Gudrias will go out to play. That's for the Raiders. It's that puck. Smith drops this one to Ryan Kingan for the Raiders. And that one goes all the way into Rockland territory. 6:40 left to go in this third period. Nats have a 7-4 lead. This one goes over to Theo Landry at the shot. Stopped by Gudrias. And that goes into the net. Okay, it is Taylor Laflamboise. You can make that 8 for the Rockland Nationals. And I'm pretty sure that John Gudrias would like to have this one back. Right, so let's take a look about that replay. Landry going over to Taylor Laflamboise on a nice feed. And Laflamboise was able to make that 8-4 Nats. Yeah, that is a goal you do not want to see if you're Paul Fendrell of the Raiders. This one goes over to Spencer Thompson. And this one goes over to Noah Laframboise. Stick save made by Gudrias. And this one, missing that pass was Anthony Bertrand. And this one goes over to, and that's an offside. Yep, I'm pretty sure the Nats meant well, but just a little too tight. Okay, let's take a look. Oh yes, that was a great chance by Maverick Brunet, and then Gudrias with a great save. Yep. 8-4 is your score. So the shots are dead even. Nats have an 8-4 advantage. All right. So this one, so 5:45 left to go in this third period. Nats, they're going to improve to 6-0. And this one goes over to Reed Harper for the Nats. Haven't seen Harper do that much. Goes back to Laurent for the Nats. Gudrias. Goes over to Larkin. We'll drop this one cleanly to Laframboise. Drops this one to Mac McKee. Over to Bertrand with the shot, and that one, Lincoln Mullen got a piece of that one. Spencer Thompson, he'll wait. Thompson, eyes open. And that broken that one up was Moses Sirai. That's a huge open ice hit. And there is going to be a penalty to the Nats. Right, as the Rockland Nationals will go ahead and touch that one up. Okay, so 4:29 left to go in the third period, and the Raiders are hoping to strike on the power play. And they can really use that for the end of the game. And so the Raiders will win the face-off. Ups this one to Larkin. To Williamson for the Raiders. to Larkin. Shoots! And that one is smothered by Lincoln Mullen. He'll hang on. Okay, so the Nats penalty, that's a double minor, so see if the Raiders can make good. Right, so Benoit. So he'll has this one. Missing that one was Thompson. Okay, he hasn't that one was Nick Larkin. As he's being held in by Noah Leframbois. Routes this one to Gudritis. Just over to Benoit. Now for the Raiders. Over to Williamson. Drops this one to Benoit. To Williamson for the Raiders. Williamson to Larkin. Back to Williamson. Shoots! And a glove save made by Lincoln Mullen. And he'll hang on with 3:29 left to go in this third period. And with 3 minutes left to go to the penalty to Josh Penny. Right, and the Raiders will go ahead and win that face-off. Good chance for Burbo with a shot. That one is blocked. Spencer Thompson with 2 goals. He's going to be one of the 3 stars of the game for the Raiders. He tried to bank one in off of Mullen. I mean, the Raiders are continuing to pour on the pressure. Spencer Thompson now. We'll just leave this one to Tristan Konabel. As he'll wait. Goes over to John Bath. And this one goes over to Tristan Konabel. Konabel routes this one to Rafael Tellier. Marbo over to Konabel with the shot. Big save made by Lincoln Mullen. Right, so with 2:26 left to go in the third period, and Mullen has to make sure his mask is okay, but how about that chance? We'll have to see what happened there. Spencer Thompson, his shot clearly banked one in off his mask. Yeah, just wait and see if he's going to be okay. So Williamson will wait in. On the face-off, that is. Right, so that's blocked. This one goes over to Larkin. And he'll wait in. Larkin shoots, and that one goes over top of the net. Right, and it is with 2:07 left to go in the third period. Raiders are pouring on the pressure on the Nats, leading the shot count 36-32, and it is 8-4 Nats. And the face-off was won by the Raiders. Over to Williamson now. Over to Larkin. Waits, shoots, and that one is stopped by Lincoln Mullen, and he'll hang on with 1:54 left to go in the third period. It's 8-4 for the Nats, Rockland Nationals. So the Raiders will win the face-off. Larkin slowly wait in. Williamson back to Larkin. Williamson shoots. That one is stopped by Lincoln Mullen. And so Gudritis, he'll lead this one up over to Thompson. Drops this one over to Williamson now for the Raiders. Noah Bath. Drops this back to Daniel Viscu. Shoots. That one gets blocked by Noah Leframbois. So last minute of play left to go in this third period. And this one goes up over to Raphael Tellier. Last minute of play in this third period. So Konabel over to Viscu. That one just hit the Canadian flag. That is not very often you see that. Right, so the Raiders will win the face-off for one last time for today at least. Right, so time will tick down on this double minor penalty to Josh Penny. That was almost a freaky sort of developing play. Viscu will clear this one into Rockland territory. Oh, and that one just squirts through. Wow. I'm pretty sure that Lincoln Mullen would like to have this one back. Not that it matters much. It is Daniel Viscu with his first goal of the season. And it's his first goal in the Nepean Raiders uniform. Okay, so he'll take that. Okay, and makes it 8-5 for the Raiders. But how about that freaky sort of developing play? That one, yeah, Nolan Turnbull just banked that one into his own net. Yeah, we've seen that many times over the course of the game. Not that it matters much. Okay, so and this game is all over. All right, so the Nepean Raiders, their 2-game win streak comes to an end. Okay, and the Rockland Nationals now have won six straight games, and their top scorers were able to get it done. And like I said the whole way through, the Rockland Nationals are looking to continue to pick up right where they left off from last year, and certainly enough, they did. All right, so anyways, so let's get into our scoring summary for this third period. Before we get into our 3-star selection, we'll wrap things up. Alex Killaway, with his 7th goal of the season, completes the hat trick. Okay, and Matthew Itzkovitz with his 4th goal of the year. That made it 7-4. Assisted from Joshua Penny and Alex Kellaway. And the last Rockland goal of the game came from Taylor Leframbois with his first of the year's assist from Theo Landry. Yep. Okay, so the last Raiders goal, that will be given to Noah Bath. Okay, we'll give it to him then. Okay. It's his 2nd goal of the game, his 3rd of the year. That made it 8-5. That is our official final score for today. Okay, so let's do our 3-star selection as part of wrapping things up. Okay, so the first star of the game for the Rockland Nationals with the hat trick of this game is Alex Kellaway. Okay, and with 2 goals of the game, we'll give it to Spencer Thompson. Yes, he's the 2nd star of the game for the Raiders. And with 1 goal and 2 assists is Maverick Brunet. That's he's named the 3rd star of the game for the Rockland Nationals. Okay, so out-of-town scoreboards. Before we will wrap things up, we have one official final. The Smiths Falls Bears, they continue to lead the Robinson division as they won 4-3 in overtime against the Campbell 73s. Okay, right, and the Carleton Place Canadians are looking to get out of their 5-game losing streak. So far they lead the Hawkesbury Hawks 3-2. Okay, and the Navan Grads have a 2-1 lead against the Renfrew Wolves. Okay, and one other game happening later on today. The Pembroke Lumber Kings will play host to the Cornwall Colts. Okay, so the Nepean Raiders, their next game will be on Saturday, October 11th, when they travel to Renfrew at the MyFM Recreational Sports Complex. They will see the Renfrew Wolves. Okay, and the Raiders' next home game will be in a week from today when the Navan Grads will come to town on October 12th. Okay, so this concludes today's game against the Nats and the Raiders. Right, so my name is Ramon DeFranco, and on behalf of our wonderful crew here today, that's a wrap, and we will see you next time.